Hello, how are you all? Um, let's now start the actual Amharic learning videos. This will be considered as the first proper lesson for your Amharic class. So far, I have been preparing and making sure that I have interested subscribers. So I just got now more than about 60 subscribers so far, just in a few weeks. And this is a great encouragement for me. So I'll start with um, talking about Amharic first. Um, Amharic is the federal working language of Ethiopia, and it is spoken almost all over the country, which serves as a lingua franca for um, most, for Ethiopians to communicate among themselves. While historically, it used to be um, a national language, but it just after 1991, it is limited to being a federal working language, and every region has its own its own language, the vernacular language. There are over 80 languages in Ethiopia. So Ethiopia is one of the diverse nations ethnically and linguistically. So Amharic is the federal working language, and it has its own writing system, its own alphabet, and the writing system actually is the same as most languages. It's from left to right, and the alphabet is so unique. It's just its own. What you see in the background is just the alphabet table. Um, but the middle one is just a text for practicing reading the alphabet. It's a good text. It's called Melekte Yohannes. So Amharic students, when they go to school first, they study the Amharic alphabet, and then they start to recite this prayer, Melekte Yohannes, Hare Awal Deseptios, and it goes on like that. The second thing about Amharic is it is a phonemic language. By phonemic, I mean it's not like the English or French or, well, you will hear me mentioning English and French most of the times in my videos, in my upcoming videos too. Um, because these are the languages I know. I speak English and French in addition to my native language, Amharic. So by phonemic, I mean you don't have any vowel consonant issue or a problem in Amharic. The consonant and the vowel sounds are combined together. That I will explain when we start talking about the alphabet, how that works. So that's one thing. So you don't have, when you learn Amharic, you don't have any problem of spelling or misspelling, because as opposed to English or French, Amharic doesn't have any much silent, many silent letters, or it doesn't have consonant vowel thing. It just uh, what you write, what you hear, and you read what you see. And that is completed or perfected while you study the alphabet. every sound is distinct and a combination of consonant and vowel. In that case, learning Amharic is easier than learning English and French because you don't have a problem of having a problem of misspelling words or mispronouncing words. And the other thing which is unique to Amharic is Amharic doesn't have capital or small letters. That's another good thing, right? You don't have to bother in misusing the capital and the small letters or uppercase and lowercase as they are called in English. Amharic is free of this complication as well. And one more thing, just as an introductory, is Amharic works much with prefixes and suffixes and inflexes. So we don't have articles like the definite articles, the indefinite articles a and an, but we rather have prefixes, affixes, infixes, inflexes, and suffixes to indicate the definiteness or indefiniteness of a noun, which means the definite articles and the indefinite articles. So just to start with, these are the three major unique features of Amharic that I can tell you right now. It works actually normally. The writing system is the same as other most languages from left to right, but it is free of uppercase, lowercase complication or issue, and it is free of vowel consonant issues. And again, it's free of articles. And having this background, I usually, when I write in English, I miss the articles sometimes. And that is the influence of the native or the mother tongue, or the native language or the mother tongue. So having said about the language, if you have questions, you can write, if you can ask your question down in the comment below. But I will be explaining more about the language as I explain as I explain the alphabet. Now let me quickly just go to the alphabet. The alphabet is, let me just bring where the alphabet, I have it here in my book. So if I just bring it here, well, this is from my book, and those of you who have not listened to my previous videos, please go back there and listen to my introductory videos about myself, about my book, and about my experience. So this is the alphabet, and you can read the alphabet. You can teach yourself reading the alphabet, learning the alphabet of Amharic by following the consonant sounds on this first column, and on the top row the vowel sounds. So you combine the consonant and the vowels, and you say this one is ha. So you say ha, hu, he, ha, he, ho. It's definitely easy once you start to learn the first few letters or characters in the alphabet. Let me just take you to how you can write and how you can practice writing. Now this is my whiteboard, and let's start writing the first letter in the alphabet here. The first, this is the basic letter, and the remaining 6 are the variant sounds of that basic letter. So this is the basic letter. They are, when you go down the column, in the first, in the second column here, they are all the basic letters in the alphabet, and the remaining 6 variants are variant sounds. So let's start writing. I'm going to teach you how to write the first ha. And you will see how easy it is writing. This is, you just write it like who, and it's, the U in English, it's ha in Amharic. Ha. You can pronounce this as ha. Not long but it's just a short ha, ha. And the next one is, you write the same ha and put a little bit of a very short hyphen right here, and it's called who. Who. Sorry for my slow writing, because I'm using Paint, Microsoft Paint, so I have to improvise. And the next sound or symbol for the next sound is he. So let me just do that again. You write the same basic sound or basic letter, ha, and then bring down a little bit longer hyphen or a leg like this, and pull it to the right. So it will be he. And then the next is the same. You write that pattern, that same basic letter, and pull it down and give it a leg like this one, like we did for the first one here, and put a little circle underneath at the tip of the leg or at the end of the line, and it will be hey. And hey is a little bit different, and then you just write a broken a kind of zigzag on the left. This is not a zigzag, it's just a straight line, but this one is a zigzag, just broken a little bit of angular, like having 2 angles, one angle here and another here. So you put one line here and another line to the right, another short line to the right. You just break it to the right and then bring it down to, and then ho is the last letter. You just write the basic letter right here, and then put a little circle on the top. Let me just do it again. Right like this, and it's ho. So this one is he. Forgive me for that. Right. He. It's not he, it's hey. Now let's just transliterating is a little bit difficult, because in English you pronounce this as he, but it's hey here, the A sound, like in ten. Ten is 10, right? You pronounce this as 10, not teen. You say 10, so that's the sound of E is used here, hey. And he is, I just don't know how to put it in English, but does anyone know about this symbol? It's a linguistic, a phonetic symbol. It's just like the the schwa sound in English phonetics. And ho is basically simple HO. And now let's just put that as, well, forgive me for the click sound of the keyboard, but let me just put ha, who, um, let's put that a little bit bigger. So what's wrong with my, okay, I'll just take that out and draw it again. Yes, now it's working. Ha, who, he, ha, he, he. Oh, this is a perfect shape. Okay, this is a perfect shape for, you see here, ha, who, he, ha, he, ho. So this is a perfect shape, but because I was using the paint to write these ones, just they don't look perfectly right. And now let me just add one more le, the next letter in the alphabet. Le is, you just bring it like this. You have this one. Le is the basic sound. And then the variants will be lu, li, la. So you follow the same pattern. That's why I said learning Amharic is easy. Once you finish the alphabets, then it will be, well, I'll let you see that as we progress. Le, lu, li. To the right, you see here, we put a little hyphen to the right, and here again to the right, the same thing. La, this one will be different. Le will be a little circle. Le, a little circle like this one here, you see. And le is a little bit different, but because there are different, in Amharic there are 4 or 3 groups of letters, like two-legged, one-legged, circular, shaped letters. So depending on the shapes, these patterns change on the shape of the letter. So because this is a two-legged, then the play is like the different sound variations are played on the legs. Applied on the legs, like making one leg short, another adding the circles to the right and the left, and again on the right. So low, you see, because the shape gives that it's a two-legged letter. But here you don't have that possibility to apply. So on the legs, so you apply on the body here. Who, and then you create a leg, and he, and ha, you create a leg and put that, and you break this one here, and ho. Now let me just write the perfect shape for le, lu, li, la. Le, you see, lu, li, la, le, lo. You see, le, I will put that perfectly right here. Lu, li, la. Oops. Okay. That's all. Once you you get out of the text box, and then Paint renders it and doesn't give you a chance to edit it. But you can put it like this. And you can also, I like Paint. This is the tool that I like most in from the Microsoft um, packages or Windows. Microsoft products. You see, it gives you a chance of playing around the letters. So here, le, lu, li, la, li, li, lo. And then it goes like this, and um, the pattern writing, the pattern is so easy. Just go to the table of, the alphabet table here, and study how the shape is. You can see the pattern. These are the two letters that we practiced so far in writing these two letters in the alphabet. And the third one will be a three-legged. You see here, this one is a two-legged, and this one is a three-legged. And we follow the same pattern perfectly. You see, the legged letters, that's what I said earlier. It perfectly matches up to here. You see, these four are the same as the other four. The only difference we have, slight difference we have, is in here in the two. So this is hard again, that we have, that we will see in upcoming lessons, but we have some duplicate sounds. Different letters or different symbols giving you the same sound, but slightly different. Here is ha, and this one is also ha. So ha, hu, he, ha, he, he, ho, and the same thing down here. Ha, hu, he, ha, he, ho. Therefore, you just will not have to bother about the duplication of these sounds. We have a few more duplicate sounds, but basically they in Amharic is from Giz, Proton, like the mother language, which is a church language now, restricted to the church service. And in Giz, all these different letters have different meanings, and it's so rich and deep. Um, and the different letter has different meaning and different signification, and that's why different words are written using the different letters here, even though even though they have the same sounds. So Amharic hasn't fully inherited all those deep and rich meanings and significations, especially the current generation, because we don't have the church education and we don't understand all those um, really deep and rich meanings of every letter in the alphabet. Well, sorry, that's just something which is not supposed to be here, because the main purpose here is just for you to learn Amharic and then be able to communicate. That's it. So you don't have to bother all about those descriptions or explanations. Um, so we will keep practicing. Let me know your comments, how you want me to go about this. And for now, let's just make it short and brief, so you can learn uh, every lesson so every lesson can be interesting, and you keep following me. I will just stop here, and let me know how you want me to go, and down below in the comment section, and I will keep your comments. I will incorporate your comments and questions into my lessons. Thank you so much for today, and see you with my next video, my next lesson. That's all for today. Thank you so much, and don't forget to subscribe, to comment, and to ask questions. Okay, have a great time. Thank you.